What up? It's and Moses gang. Now this video is really, to be honest, it's mostly for the ladies. The person I chose for this thumbnail was Mike Jones. I might change the letter, but Mike Jones made a very important statement. You know, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. And I just want really, this video's for the ladies. You know what I mean? Ladies, if you have a man that's grinding, that's putting in his timing, that's trying to, endeavor to start shining, you have to understand the struggle that comes behind becoming a successful man. Now, most young ladies, when they get with a man, they have no idea what this guy's gonna become. You're just using your feelings, you're using your intuition, you're using your instincts, you're using the spirit guides and God and all these things and all the efforts that you put towards manifesting a good man that's eventually gonna be something, successful. Which 50% of me wants to say, that's a great idea. Especially if you're a woman that looks physically average at best. 50% of me would say, that's not very smart. Now, side note, if I had a daughter right now and she was turning 18, I would tell her to go to college or the military and find somebody, bring him home, let me vet him for you, and then go with that because I see this young man being something one day, and I'm a pretty good judge of character. But at the end of the day, let's say if you are, let's just throw a number out there, 23 to 25, right? And you have a man that's 25 to 27, he might be classified as somebody that's somewhat of a loser. He might be in school, working at a gas station, but he has a good business plan. And you think he's going to be a millionaire one day, or he's getting some traction on YouTube. He has 10,000 on YouTube. He has 50,000 on Instagram. But eventually, if this man is going to become a millionaire, his behavior may or may not change. Okay? But at the end of the day, his value is going to change. His options are going to open. His conversation, his knowledge, his network is going to be a little bit different, a lot of bit different. If you get with somebody that was making 20,000 when you met them a year, and now they're making a million, let's just say a year, a million a year, or we don't even have to jump to the million, 10K to 12K a month, you have to step your game up. You know what I mean? You can't necessarily be, you can't treat him like that's the same guy that was, hustling on the block, or that's the same guy that had food stamps when I met him. This is the same guy that was borrowing $50 from the homie and paying him back $10 a week. You cannot treat him like that. Number one, you can't treat him like that. You also can't treat yourself like that. Now, at the end of the day, not to toot my own horn, and I don't necessarily feel good about this, but I put my woman on game very early. I told her, look, I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of things in my mind that I'm going to manifest. So you're not going to be able to talk to me a certain way. You only have the luxury and the convenience of talking to me a certain way because I'm only making so much money. And if you're a smart individual, which I think you are, because like I said, I've dealt with dumb chicks before, and it was pretty sick in a bad way. Me being as intelligent as I am, and me having such a low level of patience for people who are stupid. It just wasn't even fair to either of us for me being with somebody who can't read above a fourth grade level, somebody with no conversation, somebody who's only been to one other state, somebody that was just scared of the world. It just wasn't fair on my part. But at the end of the day, I made it very clear. At some point, Either you're going to naturally change, or you're just going to, my success is just going to repel you naturally. Now, at the end of the day, I do want to say this, gentlemen, for you guys that are really on the grind, for you guys that are really on your purpose, you got to stay away from certain types of women. I don't care if you've been with her since you were 17 and you're 26. Bro, if she's not making any effort to change and grow with you, which is really your fault because you're the leader. You know, if your woman doesn't feel compelled to work out when she sees you're putting hours in the gym every day and she tries to keep you at a certain level, that's on you. You know, the perfect example could probably be Derrick Jackson. Derrick Jackson's wife does not look like anything that a millionaire should be with. Now, granted, Derrick Jackson stays in Atlanta, I believe, or stayed in Atlanta at some point. So him making 30, 40, $50,000, that's, I mean, anything really under 50,000 in Atlanta is not a lot of money, right? But at the end of the day, if this woman is not making the effort, or she is physically not as attractive as somebody who has a certain amount of money, you're 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 just going to, your behavior is going to not only irritate her because it's going to make her feel more insecure, more paranoid, more, it's going to make her feel more toxic, but at the end of the day, you just have all this temptation in your face. We have countless examples of this. We have Derrick Jackson, we have Young Pharaoh, we have Kevin Hart. Yes, I'm naming all black men. We have Kanye West. You know what I mean? Kanye West even said, and when he get on, he gonna leave your ass for a white girl. That's not necessarily what I mean as far as, you know, leveling up and keeping your woman on the same page as you. But at the end of the day, that's like some self-hatred stuff. If you feel like a white woman or somebody outside of your race is an upgrade because you have more money, that's on you. You know, that's some self-hatred. That's some, you're saying that the black woman is not as valuable or what have you, but I don't want to, you know, go into a different lane. What I'm saying is, bro, ladies, you have to make sure that you're on the same page with this man that's grinding, that's putting in all these hours, that's sacrificing in the gym, that's using his money to not buy alcohol and cigarettes, but to eat healthy, and you still want to, I don't feel like cooking. You want some Jack in the Box? No, motherfucker. I just spent over $100 on just spinach alone this month. Why would I want to eat Jack in the Box? No, I don't want to do that. Like, you're not reading, you're not working out, you're not advancing in your career if you do have a career. Now, what I did forget to add in there is, gentlemen, certain type of certain type of women, not just women, but people in general, will sabotage you subconsciously. It's not a conscious thing. They see you shining. They see you grinding. They see you having conversations with your clients. They see you they see you collecting all these badges. And they might do something to help you lose that because they're jealous. And a lot of times jealousy is a subconscious program, because why would somebody who trusts you with their mind, body, and soul, why would somebody who trusts you to raw dog them and give you a baby, you know, try to make you be in a position where you can't even take care of that baby because they feel like they're not advancing, and if you grow too much, we're not going to be able to relate and you're going to leave me. So let me just help you out before you even get to that place, or let me just block you from being there so you can stay at this little level with me. You know what I mean? Or, you know what? I don't want to watch these types of programs or listen to this music, or I don't want to drink and smoke anymore. So they trigger you to make you want to drink and smoke and watch certain programs. I've seen couples where the guy was getting sober and he told the woman, hey, I'm trying to change my life. And if you could just eliminate these triggers for 30 days, then I'm going to have the mental strength and the willpower and the discipline and the self-love to not be able to relapse. You think that woman changed her life? And I told that man, one of my clients, I'm not going to reveal his name, and I told him, look, I think this woman is trying to sabotage you because she thinks if you get sober, then you're going to be more available and have the brain power and the confidence and the self-esteem to look past her and actually play the field. Your skin's going to be shining, your teeth are going to be, whiter, your muscles are going to develop, you're going to be, more positive overall. Do you think this woman is trying to sabotage you because she's scared you're going to leave her if you get sober? And he said, I never thought about that. When I told him to have that talk with her, and he actually had that talk, his exact words were, she didn't even respond. She said nothing. And I said, what do you mean? She said nothing. He said, all she said was, that's not it. This is just how I am. Sometimes you make me mad. And sometimes I don't care how you feel because it feels like you don't care how I feel. And I asked him, like, why was she going off? Why was she, if you told her, I told him safe words, or I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, I'm feeling triggered, you're making me, feel a little uncomfortable. I gave him the power poses. I gave him the breathing exercises to do. Told him, look, go in the bathroom, put some water on your face, cold water. Drink a little water, walk away. Remember the why. Look at your phone and go into your notes and remember why you actually want to get sober. But at the end of the day, these people exist. And it's not that they don't love you. It's not that they don't like you. It's that fact that they want to hold you back because they're going to be in this world without anything. And the thing about it is, ladies, a lot of your value does come from having a man that has value. So if you sabotage this man and keep him at your little level because, oh, damn, you had a man that was on track to make $1 million, but you messed him up, you're not going to tell the whole story. You're going to say, oh, yeah, he kept drinking and he lost his job. You can eliminate all of that by actually stepping into this man's universe, stepping into his mind, stepping into his body. When he works out, work out with him. When he's reading a book, read with him. You read a page, he reads a page. You read a page, he learn with that man. Like I told my woman, I don't ever want to get married. I don't ever want to get married, and if I do marry you, I want us to be at the same net worth. I want you to make more than me. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I'm not about to get married. Let's say if I win, I make that 10 million, which is my goal, in less than 20 years. I'm going to buy my woman a house that she's not going to live in and start her a business. I'm not going to give her a ring. I'm going to give her a ring of real estate and a ring of businesses and give her an education, a financial literacy, so if anything should happen to me, she could give this to my child or children. She could be a self-sustaining entity without me. We don't got to get married. And then after that, we can get married after that. I'll get you a beauty salon. I'll get you a clothing brand. I'll get you what you need for you to have your money. But I'm not about to marry you on paper. I'm sure there's a lot of tax and I don't even know. I just don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But I don't endeavor to leave anybody behind at all. I want to employ all my homies. I'm not going to let them work for me for more than 3 years without them owning their own businesses and employing more black men or white men, depending on who they are, or Hispanic men, depending on who they are, or Asian men, depending on who they are. I'm not going to employ my woman for more than 3 years. I'm going to have her own business. But when you're growing and you have a partner, well, I don't even use the word partner because she's not your partner. When you have a woman, you have to make sure, to feed the wolves, to keep her ass on the ride as well. If you're going to work out, don't work out by yourself. Don't read by yourself. Don't eat healthy by yourself. Don't go to these mentorships program. If you're going to therapy and you know your girl is crazy and you know your ass is crazy I don't even want to use the word crazy. Just because you go to therapy doesn't mean you're crazy. That just means you need some adjustments. You need some recalibration. So I want everybody to get some therapy in 2024. When I went to therapist, my second therapist, he said that 72% of Americans, in his professional opinion, needs therapy. So the same amount of black people in the community that don't have fathers, that's the same amount of Americans that need therapy. I'm not a mathematician, but if we take a half a billion or a third of a billion people in America, that's probably I'll just say 220 220 million Americans that need therapy, give or take. 220 million. And if I were to guess, I would probably say only like 10% of Americans get therapies. So, you know, if you're watching this, it's a 72% chance you need some therapy. And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have food stamps or you're on Section 8, you could probably, go to that office and make sure that you can get aligned with a therapist. Are they going to be the best therapist? No, because they're not going to, the food stamp therapists and the county therapists, they don't make a lot of money. So they're not going to put their heart, soul, and effort into it if they don't love what they do. They probably make, in California, they probably only make like $20 an hour. When I was in Chicago, my therapist was still living in the hood. Her ass was still impoverished. And she didn't do that good of a job, you know. But at the end of the day, if you're going to improve your life, you got to bring your woman with you on your ride. That's what a lot of people don't understand. And ladies, if your man is really not trying to engage with you on that level, he's he's really just not that into you on that level. I'm not saying he's cheating on you. I'm not saying that he doesn't love you or like you. If you are showing real disinterest, or shoot, you just might be too busy. You might just be too busy. But if your man is grinding in school, unless you are taking care of his child full time and you don't work, there's really no excuse for you to follow him on his journey. It might be something you're totally not interested in. He might be a comedian and he's constantly reading psychology books to be able to appeal to people's sense of humor or have a certain type of presentation. I'm not saying you have to study the same material, but you can study something and help that man. Study marketing, study negotiation, study, you know, money management, be an asset, bring value. It doesn't matter. Or you don't even have to do that. Just read something non-fictional. You might be reading, something about Black history and have a conversation about that. He might be able to include that in his skits or add that in his stand-up routine, or his if he's a rapper and you're like, oh, this dude's about to blow. Well, let me read some books. He might be able to write a song about the things that you're able to teach him. But don't just sit around and just don't let me finish one statement. Then I have that bad. Don't just sit around and just wait for this man to blow, and then think that he's gonna still be vibing with you when you haven't grown at all. Because that's foolish. He's not gonna value you the same way. Even though you stuck with him the whole time, everybody is not everybody's not J. Cole. Everybody's not Kendrick Lamar. Everybody's not 21 Savage. I don't know if 21 Savage is still with his baby mama on a romantic level, but why would you want to be with a man that accepts you when you were when you don't have any growth. You wanted a ready-made product. You didn't get that. You got a person that was a regular person. Now he's a now he's a ready-made product and he doesn't need you. He needed you when you were broke, when he was broke. Now he's not broke. He may treat you similar, but in his mind, uh, I'm the nigga. I'm the one that's rejecting 10 females a day in my inbox. I'm the person that's bringing home the bacon, and you still have the same behaviors from 3, 5 years ago, and you're still treating me like I'm serving eights. You're still treating me like I'm making $20 an hour at Amazon, which Amazon doesn't even pay you. You're still treating me like the Uber driver that you met me as. You're still being disrespectful. You're still acting like I can't just buy you a house or not. You're still treating me like I can't just buy you a house, move all your things, and have a house full of females doing everything that I want them to do without them complaining and crying about everything that I do. Anything that your man does to upgrade, you need to be there with them. Since you want to use the word partner, we'll just use that word. You're supposed to be his partner. Do you think that if I had a business partner, or if any logical person had a business partner, and I'm getting all the deals, and I'm signing all the contracts, and this dude is just putting out the same ads, making the same, making the same little commercials on YouTube. He's still using his phone, but we're signing $1 million deals once a year. You think I'm gonna want that person to be my business partner if they're using the same technology? And I'm saying, bro, we can afford a $5,000 DSLR. We can afford a camera crew. Or do you think that he would expect his business partner, just from a logical standpoint, do you think that he would want that same business partner where he could say, look, I could hire somebody that's actually worth this $5,000 a week that I can pay them, and we can actually make $10,000 off that $5,000 a month, and I'll just keep paying them the same thing that I'm paying you. You feel me? And it's not even like a personal thing. It's just from a logical standpoint. Why are you still treating our business like a lemonade stand when we're bigger than that? We're better than that. We could actually put this lemonade in bottles. We can actually pay influencers to advertise our lemonade. We can actually do something bigger and better. But you're still treating me just like off of Goodfellas. You're still treating me like I'm shining shoes. Like, nah, I know you've been in jail for a minute, bro. But I'm not signing shoes no more, man. Like, you can't keep talking to me a certain way. You can't keep treating me a certain way. You can't keep acting a certain way, because everything that you're doing is not going to translate into a new life. Just like I stated from the Bible the other day, when I forgot the actual quote, but when you accept Christ in your life, old habits die and all things become anew. Why are you still treating me? Why are you still talking to me like I'm a heathen? Nah, bro, like relax. Do you know that you're replaceable at this point? I'm a millionaire. Like, I'm not making 30,000 anymore. Like, I got assets, I got stocks. I don't have to work one more day for the rest of my life, and you're treating me like I'm still selling weed on the block with Tim's on. Like, dude, whether that be mental, I'm not your man might not even have a job. But if he's working out, he stopped drinking, he stopped smoking, he stopped watching porn, he stopped trying to, have sex with you every day. He's not hanging out with those same guys. He's trying to be, scholastic. He's reading.